Hello humans. Before I start this, I just want to say this video is not going to be funny. It's not going to be what you're used to. I am not used to filming serious-ish videos like this, so this is kind of out of my comfort zone, but if you don't like serious stuff, I have many other videos that you can watch, so go do that if you don't want to watch this one. But I do invite you to stay and watch anyway, because if you agree with the points I'm making, then we can have a great bonding session, and if you don't agree, hopefully I can implant a little nugget of thought into the back of your mind and just maybe open your eyes and ears a little bit. Before I really get stuck in, I want to actually talk about why I call you guys humans and why I open my videos that way. I really believe, well I don't believe, it's just fact, we are all human beings. That's about it. We're all living, breathing organisms who eat and sleep and poop and cry, and no matter what differences separate two people or more people, we're all fundamentally the same, and I want you to keep that concept in the back of your mind as I'm talking about the issues I want to talk about in this video. Some of you might have already heard about this, but yesterday Tyler Oakley tweeted a video that's a guy named Taylor Caniff, I think that's how you say his name, made a couple of years ago, basically expressing his opinion on gay people. In the video he opens by saying he has nothing against gay people, but he thinks that what they do and the way that they make love is, initially he actually says it's fucked up, and then he says it's disgusting. He then goes on to say that he can understand more when it's two girls, but not when it's two guys, and he also says that just because he can't get a girlfriend doesn't mean that he's gonna go gay. So why would anybody else be gay? Is the impression that I got from that. Hopefully you can understand why this is a very problematic way to talk about gay people. First of all, if you think gay sex is disgusting, I really doubt that anybody is making you sit down and watch two guys or two girls have sex. So why say that? Why put that hurtful opinion out there for the world to hear? It's not going to achieve anything. It's just offensive. Secondly, he says that he cannot get girlfriends either, but that doesn't mean he's going to go gay, which implies that he thinks being gay is a choice. This concept of homosexuality being a choice is getting less and less common nowadays, at least that's how it seems to me, which is great. But just to reinforce it, being gay is not a choice. You can argue against that as much as you want, but it's just fact. It's not a choice. And unless you are a gay person, you cannot tell me otherwise, because you don't know. I'm not aiming to bash this Taylor guy with this video, because Tyler Oakley and Troye Sivan already directly addressed him on Twitter and said what needed to be said, but I am just addressing anybody else who thinks along the same lines as he does, or did. Hopefully he still doesn't, because this video was posted a couple of years ago. I only hope that if you think along the same lines as this kid, that I can change the way you think a little bit. I'm also not going off just this one example of blatant ignorance, I'm just using it as an example, but I have a few more. A guy I used to have on Facebook, who I've since deleted because of this very incident, once posted a status saying, "I have nothing against gay people, but I don't want to see two guys making out in public. Yuck." Same principle. This way of thinking and way of speaking implies that gay people are allowed to be gay in theory, but they can only be gay when and where you give them permission to do so. No. If you don't like seeing two people be together in public who are of the same sex, don't look at it. That's not your issue. It is not your place to tell anybody what they can and cannot do. Your sexuality and your idea of what is attractive and what is not attractive is irrelevant. Let two people do what they will do with each other. Exist. Let it happen. Who cares? It doesn't affect you. The same goes for gay marriage. If you don't like it, don't marry a gay person. Another example I've seen of this way of thinking slash speaking is a comment I found by, I think, quite a young girl on Troye Sivan's coming out video, which if you haven't seen that yet, I will link it below. Go watch it, it's great. Anyway, this girl basically said that she understands being gay is not a choice and she does not have an issue with gay people as such, but she thinks that Troye should stay single as opposed to liking guys. So this is just a whole new level of frustrating, because it's like she understands that it's not a choice, but she also just wants gay people to live without love because she doesn't understand it, or doesn't, I don't know, I can't explain why she would think that way. It just boggles my mind, quite frankly. You may think that you're protecting yourself and your opinion and maybe not offending anybody by initially stating that you don't have an issue with gay people, but you then immediately counteract that by saying, I do have an issue with the things that gay people do. with each other. The things that two people do on their own time with each other is none of your business. When you say things like, I don't like seeing two guys make out in public, or two girls make out in public, or you don't think that what they do is right, by saying this, you are kind of implying that gay people must first earn your blessing and your permission before they show affection to each other in public. This immediately dehumanizes gay people because you section them off from society by denying them the basic human right to love another human being. And this is a right as much as it is an instinct. You want to give somebody a big wet sloppy kiss in public? Go for it. I might not find it attractive, but I'm not going to say anything. I'll probably just turn my head. One of the arguments that I've heard from parents in particular against homosexuality and in particular against gay marriage is that they don't want their kids to be influenced by it when they see it happening. I once got into a discussion/argument with a woman on a bus because she was stating her opinion on why she doesn't think gay people should get married. Her argument basically said that she does not like the idea of gay people getting married because she doesn't want her kids to grow up thinking that A, it's okay, or B, she doesn't want her kids to be gay themselves. I turned around at this point and I asked her why it would be such a problem if her kids were gay, and she was a little bit surprised at first because she wasn't expecting me to turn around and say anything, but she did respond. She was quite friendly about it, she wasn't rude. She basically said that it would make life too hard for them if they were gay, and she didn't want them to be bullied in school or miss out on opportunities in later life because of their sexuality. My response to this was to tell her that she is in fact part of the problem, and she is kind of unintentionally being a bully herself. I told her that maybe kids wouldn't be getting bullied so much for being gay if people like her would just change her opinion on homosexuality and the way they think about it. If you tell your kids that being gay is perfectly okay, they will grow up thinking that. If you remove your negative voice from the situation, you effectively remove a part of the stigma that is attached to homosexuality. There is nothing intrinsically harmful about being gay. Two people, whether they are a man and a man, a woman and a woman, or a man and a woman, being in love does not harm a single living organism on this planet. And I do not understand how it can possibly be such an issue for people. If you don't understand something, that's fine, but that doesn't make it wrong. And that does not make it okay for you to call people disgusting because of the way they were born. Homosexual people don't need to change the way they are, and they don't need to repress their own sexuality. It's just that people need to change the way they look at homosexuality. I know that this video will not achieve an overnight change, but at this point, all we can do is add as many voices to this discussion as we possibly can. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm putting my opinion out there, I'm putting my ideas out there, and putting my thoughts out into the general public. If you think I've said something problematic in this video, call me out, let me know in the comments, but unless it's actually something intelligent and interesting and actually creates a real argument, I'm not going to respond. Any comments that I get along the lines of fags are going to hell, prob's not going to respond. Please be aware that an opinion and a voice and a thought can greatly affect the way people think about something in ways that you cannot even imagine. This goes for positive and negative voices. For a young gay person, or a gay person of any age who hasn't come out yet, coming out is a terrifying, terrifying time because there's nothing scarier than uncertainty. Coming out to anybody, be it a family member or family members, or friends, or just society at large, is extremely frightening because you don't know what to expect. You don't know whether your family's going to kick you out. You don't know whether your friends are still going to be your friends. You don't know whether your job might be affected by it. You just don't know. And that to me is the saddest thing in the entire world, because nobody should have to compromise the way they were born just because some people don't understand it. That is why I am trying to remove the stigma that's attached to homosexuality. I'm not exactly spearheading this initiative because there are people out there doing great, great work who have been doing it for a long time before me, but this is just me adding my voice and my support to the battle. Please be aware of what you say, because even something as trivial as "that's so gay" when you're talking about something in a bad way still stigmatizes the word gay, whether it's intentional or not. Be aware that people have killed themselves and are continuing to kill themselves because they are taught that this part of them is wrong or disgusting or weird, and that they are less of a human being because of it. I'm totally aware that not all of society thinks this way, and not all of society, in fact, a pretty hefty chunk of society doesn't think that being homosexual is wrong. But we as human beings have a tendency to remember negativity more than positivity, so my aim with this video is to try and stamp out even just the tiniest bit of the negativity that surrounds the word gay, because it really is okay. My name is Garry, and I not only stand for gay rights and equality, but I also stand for the right to be human and the right to be treated as a human being regardless of the qualities that make us different from one another. And as a guy who likes guys, I felt that it is my place to talk about this. I don't know how many of you knew that, but now you all know And now, oh god, you probably all guessed anyway. Anyway, that felt weird recording a serious video. For those of you who are new here, I never make videos like this. I'm usually just kind of a really silly, fun person. But I needed to say something in regards to this, so that's what I did. I'm gonna go now and I'm gonna edit this video, and I'm really, really nervous to upload it, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. And yeah, I will see you guys on Friday with a funnier video, I promise. I make new videos every Tuesday and every Friday for the next couple of weeks, but then after that, back to every Tuesday. So if you like me or my other videos, maybe go watch my other videos before you subscribe, just to make sure. But feel free to subscribe, and if you agree with this, like this video, spread it around. Not for me, not for my sake, just for the sake of the cause. Again, if you think I said something problematic in this video, call me out, let me know in the comments. But I won't respond if it's just blatant hate. That's all, I'm gonna go. Just remember that whoever you are, you're a human being, and you're really cool. And I hope you feel happy wherever you are. I'm making myself feel sick. Goodbye.